Back to Good Morning San Diego. It's the end of the year and a local nonprofit organization is celebrating the journey of its foster youth participants. Joining me now to talk more about Just in Time for foster youth and how the community can show support is the program's executive director, Don Wells, and new hire, Daniela Tafoya. We'll explain that in just a moment, but welcome to the both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So, Don, for people who don't know, tell us about Just in Time for foster youth.
Well, Just in Time for foster youth has been around for about 15 years now, and our focus has always been on what happens for youth after they leave the foster care system at 18, and from 18 until they turn 27, they're part of our community. And what we believe is that the biggest gap that exists for youth is disconnection. They're initially disconnected from their families, and then they're in foster care. They get moved around a lot. They don't form connections. And then what we were seeing was that after they leave foster care, they're still disconnected. And people don't do well if they're disconnected. You can give people all the resources in the world, but if they still are not connected to people, since the people believe in them and care about them, they won't thrive. So Just in Time mobilizes the community. We have about 600 volunteers. We serve about 750 individual youth every year, and we help them become confident, capable, and connected.
So really you're helping that important transition stage and helping them get the tools to be independent.
Right. The tools and the personal relationships. Because what happens is that by the time somebody turns 27, they're connected to 2 or 3 volunteers who have made them part of their families, and now they're good to go.
So Daniela, you have a really interesting story, and you are now working for Just in Time, but tell us how you really came to find yourself involved with Just in Time.
Well, I was in an interesting period of moving out on my own and finishing up college, but there was still that gap where I didn't have somebody to come and help me move into my dorm or move into my apartment, and there were still struggles that I had, but Just in Time helped me. I've been with multiple of their programs, involved with them, one of them being My First Home, where when I did come face to face with wondering, you know, where am I going to get this, where am I going to get that, they came in and they helped me with that, and they also paired me with a coach that walked around the warehouse with me and helped pick out things for my place, and just kind of get me connected with not just a coach, but like a community, which I didn't have before.
Right. Were you in the foster care system?
Yes, I was. Yeah. So I was in foster care from 9 years old until I was 16.
And then at that point, I know you came down to San Diego and lived with your brother, but still, I mean, moving to a new place, especially being at that time and that period of your life is really difficult, and not knowing really anyone or anything.
Yeah.
So how did Just in Time really help you to the point now where you became an intern and now you are an employee?
Well, it was interesting because Just in Time, just going to their workshops, they teach you about things that I hadn't learned. Some of my pain that I realize is normal. Some things growing up, people didn't tell me. You know, it's okay to feel this way. It's normal being in foster care. So being an adult and trying to transition and trying to just be an adult was hard. So Just in Time, with all of their services and connections, they helped me a lot. Starting at interning with them, I realized I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this like movement that's going on, where foster youth like myself are graduating and they're thriving, and I really have Just in Time to thank for that.
Well, it is great, and I know you are going to be such a resource for them as well now, giving back. And it is a nonprofit, so I know this is a time of year you're really looking for some help, Don. So let us know how people that are watching can help.
There are 2 ways that people can help. As I've been saying, a big part of what we do is create relationships. So we love volunteers, and we have so many different volunteer opportunities that whatever you have time for, we'll find a place for you to do that, and you'll get to meet young people like Daniela, and it'll change your life. We also right now raise a lot of money for our programs going forward. So if you go to our website, which is jitfosteryouth.org, there's also opportunities to support programs, everything from financial literacy programs to things about developing job skills, personal empowerment, everything you can possibly imagine. And as Daniela was saying, also we have a My First Home for the Holidays resource, which is people donate furniture, gently used furniture that is appropriate for people who are young people, and then we take that furniture and we help to set up apartments and safe homes for youth.
Don, Daniela, thank you so much for being here this morning. I appreciate it. And great work being done. So if you want to help out, you can check out our website, KUSI.com, and you get all the information to get in touch with Just in Time for Foster Youth. Thank you both
Thanks
for being
for
here.
having us.
You.